Alright, for those who've paid attention to California gun politics just a little bit, shouldn't come as any shock to you that certain gun control activists in the California legislature are again trying to amend the assault weapons ban. And when I say amend, they want to move the goalpost and ban even more. And when I say assault weapons ban, well, an assault weapon is a buzzword. It doesn't have any real technical meaning to it. It's just something that they could throw out there as an excuse to ban something, and then later move the goalpost to expand that ban. And folks, California, prime example of that. Same for New York. Not quite to the degree of California. California has expanded its assault weapons ban quite a few times since it was implemented in 1989. So, and by the way, let me show you a few articles here. There you have it, folks. 3 non-objective headlines to 3 non-objective articles written by 3 non-objective hacks. They're not journalists, guys. I mean, they're not reporting objectively. They're not being honest with you. They're being very deceptive. Furthermore, it doesn't matter if this bill passes in California or not. You're still going to hear in the future more how we need to close the loopholes in California's assault weapons ban, and that there's still going to be many more assault weapons that are still legal for some reason, and that they're still going to have rapid reloading capabilities. But to further illustrate my point, let's go over these a little bit one by one on the headlines. Yeah. So this person is making it seem like there are certain loopholes in the law that somehow bad guys can get around, All right. So to understand this, you really have to understand what the assault weapons ban is. Now, I use quotations around assault weapons because assault weapon is not a technical term. It is a buzzword. It's an emotionally charged buzzword that plays on the fears of people who don't really understand firearms. That word was designed to scare the living daylights out of soccer moms into supporting the ban. And those of us who actually read the initial ban, you look at it, and all it really does is make any firearm with 2 or more of said features, or have a particular model name banned. I mean, it didn't really do much more than that. So they passed that law. They said, okay, this low receiver, that low receiver is illegal. Just because of, the model it has written on it. And, by the way, if you have any other semi-automatic with a detachable magazine, I'm only speaking on rifles. I'm not even speaking on pistols or shotguns yet, which, by the way, it did cover some there too. But yeah, if you have a rifle, it can't have more than one of these features on it. And they were all external features that did not contribute to the lethality or rate of fire of the rifle. they were, maybe do shooters, target shooters, competition shooters, or people who keep those rifles around for home defense. I mean, there are ergonomical features. They just made the rifle feel more comfortable shooting, basically. To the gun control advocates, these were scary features. Alright, so later on, California modified the ban, added more to the list, reduced the amount of features to none, etc., etc., etc. Now, the AR-15 being one of the most popular rifles in the U.S., well, firearm manufacturers still wanted to be able to sell to a California market, so they created a really neutered version, called the California compliant AR-15. At first, the easiest way to do this was just to simply make the magazine non-detachable. So, I'll give you a demonstration right here. Alright, so let's say this was one of the original California compliant AR-15s. To reload it, you would have to actually open up the top. Alright, now I know the foregrip's in the way on this one. Let's say the magazine is still in the well, and the foregrip is not there, because I'm not taking the foregrip off. You would have to load each and every round like this, and close the rifle up, and then go back to firing. Well, charge it, and then go back to firing at the range. Well, somebody got real tired of this real quick. They designed what's called the bullet button, which makes the rifle compliant with the law. It's still a fixed magazine. You still have to have a tool to remove it. You can't just push up against it with your finger and drop it, place in another one. What you would have to actually do, I know this is not a California legal AR-15, thank God I don't live in that state. But with a California legal one, all this out here would not be part of the mag release. It would be part of the receiver. It'd be immovable. There'd be a little hole in there to actually press up against the mag release. You'd have to take a bullet, commonly, that's why they call it the bullet button, to press up against into the hole and actually remove it. Now you can use other things like a nail, etc., 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 but the common tool on that one was a bullet button. That being said, that's what the bullet button is. And that is the magic behind emotionally charged buzzwords, is that you can't really write a law that bans everything that falls into the category of that emotionally charged buzzword while keeping legal those that don't, things that don't. It's just like a ban on, quote, racing cars, based on cosmetic features. You're not going to make a ban that satisfies all the stupid people. You're just not. And yes, if you support the, quote, assault weapons ban, you are a stupid person. If you actually, honest to God, believe in the, quote, assault weapons ban, you are fucking retarded. I'm just going to say that right now. You're an idiot. There you have it, I mean. Okay, so remember my explanation of the bullet button earlier. Alright, so we know in California having a rifle like this, you can just drop the magazine like so, put a fresh one in, not even close to being in the ballpark of legal, right? 100% illegal for private ownership. Now, what now is considered rapid reloading in their mind. Get the button, or get the bullet, find the little hole, push in, take the magazine out, get a fresh one. And there you have it. So, now, this, which is already illegal, they're not even worried about that because this is already illegal. This is now rapid reloading. Right? Is it any more obvious that they're going to move the goalpost on you? Pretty soon in California, having a bolt action rifle is going to be considered rapid reloading. So hopefully this is a little bit more educational for those who haven't looked into the issue before or who have very limited knowledge on the issue. Guys, when you're dealing with a gun control lobby, you're dealing with a group of people who are willing to make laws based on emotionally charged buzzwords, stuff that they can expand upon, move the goalpost on, claim that there are all sorts of loopholes that need to be closed, yada, yada, yada. It's a never-ending process with these people. I hope this opens your eyes to just how dishonest the gun control side in this debate really is. Just how much they are willing to move the goalpost. Just how much they are willing to do the exact same thing that any dictator would do. You know, when he's rallying his people to the cause. You know, there's a goal out there. We haven't reached it, but, you know, we're not going to tell you where it is. We're not going to tell you where the final line is, yada, yada, yada. You know, and if anything goes wrong, well, it was just because we didn't go far enough. This is the mentality of people you're dealing with. All right, y'all take her easy. Thanks for watching.